Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar. Today we'll be talking about mastering conflict resolution in SRM. We'll start in approximately 3-4 minutes. Let's just give some time for people to join this session. In the meantime, it would be great to find out where are you all watching us from today. So please let us know here on the comment section where are you watching us from today. I'm very excited to be hosting this webinar for all of you. I hope you have a good time today throughout this webinar. Before we get started with the webinar and while we give some time for people to join this session, I would like to talk to you about the Supplier Relationship Management course. If you'd like to find out more about these kind of topics and you want to learn more, this is our course that we have developed at Procurement Tactics, entirely dedicated to supplier relationship management in procurement. So if you would like to find out more about this course, you can download the course Filipe. Here is a quick overview of the course. It's about, you have 32 to 40 hours of study materials. You also have templates included to put in practice everything that you are learning throughout the course. And then, of course, you have the learning objectives of this course, which you can expect to learn about fundamental understandings of SRM, the development of your soft skills, application of supply relationship management and how you put it in practice, and then you also have strategy and practical implementation. This is the learning objectives of the course, and it's very related to the topic we are discussing here in today's webinar, which will be mastering conflict resolution in SRM. I see that more people are joining the session. Welcome everybody to today's webinar. I'm very happy to have you all here. We will start in approximately 2-3 minutes. We are just giving some time for people who are still wrapping up some things to join this session. In the meantime, if you'd like to go grab a cup of water or a coffee, you still have some time to do it. I would also be very happy to find out where are you all watching us from. So please let us know here on the comment section where are you watching us from today. I see that we always have a lot of people from the US, Europe, also some people from India and Africa and Asia. So I know with the time difference, sometimes it's hard to join this session, but I'm very happy that you all made it here, and I'm very happy to be presenting this webinar for all of you. In the meantime, for those who are just joining, welcome. Today we'll be talking about mastering conflict resolution in SRM. And after this webinar, if you'd like to find out more about this topic, we have an entire course dedicated to supply relationship management that we have developed here at Procurement Tactics. This course will take you approximately 30 to 40 hours to complete. In the end, you'll receive a certificate. You also have a lot of templates included, and what you can expect to learn from this course is the fundamentals of SRM, also the development of your soft skills to have good communication with suppliers, and then you also have applications of SRM in practice, and you'll also learn about strategy and practical implementation of SRM strategies. This is the main goal of this course. Alongside with this course, we have many other courses here at Procurement Tactics, all in negotiations. We also have courses for ChatGPT, category management, and so on. So I would advise you to check our website at procurementtactics.com. You'll also find it here on our comment section pinned, so you can check our website for the other courses as well. I see that more people are joining the session. Welcome everybody. We will start in 1 minute. Today we'll be talking about mastering conflict resolution in SRM. We will start in 1 minute, as I've just said. Let's just give some time for people who are wrapping up some things to join this session. In the meantime, please let us know here on the comment section which country are you watching us from today. I'm very happy to have you all here. If you need to grab a cup of water or a coffee, you still have a few seconds to do it because we will start in 30 seconds. I hope you are as excited as I am today here to be presenting this webinar. I see more people joining. Great, welcome everybody. We will start in 10 seconds, so get ready for today's session. Hello and welcome everyone to our webinar on mastering conflict resolution in SRM. I'm Filipe and I'm honored to be your speaker for today's session. We all know that conflict is a natural part of any relationship, but how we deal with it can make or break our supplier relationships. In this webinar, we are going to dive into the intricacies of conflict resolution by identifying the root causes of conflicts and providing you with some tips on how to handle them like a pro. Trust us, when you master conflict resolution, you'll be able to build stronger and more productive relationships with your suppliers and ultimately drive better business outcomes. So get ready to learn some practical and actionable strategies for handling conflicts. So the first question of this webinar is, why do we need to know about the possible disputes in evaluating supplier performance? Well, that's because knowing the challenges that you are going to face will help you prepare better whether to give you the patience or strength to face these. Or better yet, plan strategies to prevent potential risks that may arise or cause bigger problems. Now, in every problem you might face in procurement, always remember that it's very important to identify the root cause of issues first before taking any action. Understanding why these problems occur is crucial before proceeding with any solutions. And this is exactly what we'll show you first, the challenges or the potential causes of dispute in SRM. Quality issues. These are the common source of disputes with suppliers. Sometimes you may receive faulty or substandard products that do not meet the agreed upon standards, which can lead to several consequences. Such consequences include expenses for repairs and replacements, and you might find yourself unable to fulfill your contractual obligations. If these continue, your reputation might be damaged. A well-crafted supply of goods agreement should include provisions that outline your supplier's responsibilities regarding the quality of your product. Timely product deliveries are important for the smooth operations of your company. Delivery delays and disruptions are the result of numerous factors such as global conflicts. Examples of these are labor shortages. In some cases, problems can come from a specific supplier's inadequate logistics management. Regardless, the outcome of your business remains consistent: dissatisfied customers, lost sales, and decreased profits. In most cases, the parties involved in a supply of goods agreement will establish terms governing the timing and location of deliveries. In certain situations where there is no established agreement of specific delivery items, the Sale of Goods Act can come to the rescue. The Act stipulates that suppliers must deliver products or materials within a reasonable time frame. Another instance where you have a dispute with your suppliers is because a supplier might violate the terms in the contract, such as not delivering goods promptly. If the contract terms in a supply of goods agreement are poorly organized and written, there can be disagreements between parties regarding the interpretations. That's why it's quite important to consider spending more time on your contract agreements. Another potential cause for dispute or conflict can be because of non-payment disputes. As a procurement manager, you are typically obligated by the contract to ensure timely payments in exchange for the goods and services provided. Failure to meet such payments can be a cause of concern. If there are no specific provisions in the supply of goods agreement, the Sale of Goods Act requires the buyer to pay a reasonable price. In situations where a buyer is hesitant to make payments, usually stems for a broader dispute, which could be due to dissatisfaction with the quality of goods or financial losses caused by delivery delays and disruptions. It is not unusual for suppliers to issue an invoice with inaccuracies, or for the billed amounts to catch the recipients by surprise. Sometimes these inaccuracies are just simple mistakes that need a little correcting. However, in more complex cases, the situation can be a little tricky. Some commercial contracts involve intricate pricing calculations, and sometimes the supplier's interpretations may differ from yours. Certain contracts, such as long-term agreements, permit suppliers to adjust prices by inflation or under agreed-upon circumstances. If such discrepancies cannot be resolved, it's important to have a thorough understanding of the contract's pricing and payment terms before proceeding to take any action. Inform your suppliers of any dispute within a specified time frame or failure to make payment on time. Now, as we all know, every problem can be solved, so it's best not to panic when you encounter these kinds of disputes. Instead, follow these guides we came up with. Use a structured process. Establish a well-defined conflict and dispute management process can prevent confusion, frustration, and delays. There should be a transparent and mutually agreed upon method for the resolution of issues to ensure consistency, transparency, and accountability. Consider also developing a detailed implementation plan where resource allocation, responsibilities, and timelines for addressing issues are outlined. And of course, review and reassess these regularly. When entering contract negotiations, it's important to have a clear understanding of your goals, but it's also important to recognize that your priorities might not align with those of your supplier. The key is to maintain transparency with your trading partner regarding your business objectives and share rebate data, which can facilitate mutually beneficial deals for both parties and, ideally, prevent any future contract disputes. Regular, clear, and honest communication that promotes trust and communication with your supplier is the primary key to resolving conflicts. Approach discussions with empathy and the willingness to understand them. Steer clear of aggressive language and concentrate on solutions rather than making complaints. Make sure to keep written communication and to note the dates and times of phone calls. This correspondence will serve as evidence of both parties' intentions in the case of a dispute. One of the fundamental principles of contracting is to ensure fairness. When the procurement manager successfully negotiates a fair contract, it signifies that your organization has established mutually beneficial terms and conditions that define your business agreement. A fair contract should safeguard your business in the case of your supplier fails to fulfill their obligations. Your agreement should include provisions and clauses relating to pricing, volume, payment, exclusivity, duration, product quality, recalls and unusable products, and dispute resolution plans and processes. Deals are often created and negotiated in a somewhat haphazard way, with information scattered across spreadsheets, emails, and documents, or sometimes not recorded at all. Distributors and suppliers tend to document their trading agreements in different systems, independently tracking progress. This increases the risk of contract disputes. That is why it's very important to ensure that the contract is visible and clear among the parties involved. At times, conflicts and disputes with suppliers can be so intricate or heated that resolving them internally becomes challenging. In such instances, you may require external assistance from a third party like a mediator, arbitrator, or attorney. External support can aid in facilitating discussions, clarifying problems, exploring solutions, or achieving agreements. We also have three types of alternative dispute resolution. Let's look at them together. The first approach is mediation. This type of approach is quite informal and deviates from the traditional legal process while maintaining a structured settlement procedure. In this case, both parties involved impose an impartial third party, also known as the mediator, who will assist the parties involved in reaching a settlement or a preferred resolution instead. During the process, the parties hold separate meetings. The mediator facilitates resolution by conducting joint sessions and private meetings with the parties, allowing them to clarify the issues, comprehend each other's viewpoints, and progress towards a solution. Similar to mediation, arbitration involves the resolution of disputes through an arbitrator or a panel of arbitrators. So what exactly is arbitration as a form of dispute resolution? Arbitration is a process wherein a dispute is presented to one or more arbitrators who issue a legally binding decision on the matter, with both parties' consent. By opting for arbitration, parties choose a private method for resolving disputes instead of pursuing a court-based approach. Arbitration is often faster than litigation and is frequently more cost-effective, although exceptions may apply. The third approach is adjudication. This process aims to resolve disputes promptly and economically, preserving cash flow. Parties involved in the conflict must adhere to the arbitrator's decision temporarily but can later pursue legal action if desired. Adjudication is commonly preferred in the construction industry for its speed and cost effectiveness, and adjudicators often possess direct construction experience, adding value for businesses in this sector. Yet, it can also be utilized in procurement. Adjudication is typically cost neutral, with each party responsible for its legal costs and the losing party often paying the adjudicator's costs, although there are exceptions. Speaking of conflicts and disputes, it's essential to have proper procedures in place to handle them. In any organization, conflicts are inevitable. Whether they arise due to differing perspectives, miscommunication, or resource constraints, unresolved conflicts can significantly impact productivity and morale. That's where having clear escalation procedures becomes crucial. Escalation procedures serve as a structured framework for addressing and resolving conflicts that cannot be adequately resolved at lower levels within the organization. Let's delve into the importance of having these procedures in place and outline the steps involved in escalating issues. Clear escalation procedures ensure that conflicts are addressed promptly. When conflicts linger without resolution, they can escalate further and have a cascading effect on the other aspects of operations. Having predefined escalation paths help expedite the resolution process, minimizing disruptions to workflows. Effective conflict resolution is essential for preserving relationships within the organization. When conflicts are left unresolved, they can breed resentment and erode trust among team members. By providing a systematic approach to address conflicts, escalation procedures help prevent tensions from escalating further and damaging working relationships. Escalation procedures facilitate efficient resource allocation. When conflicts cannot be resolved at lower levels, escalating them to higher management ensures that appropriate resources, such as expertise or additional support, can be allocated to address the issue effectively. This prevents unnecessary delays and ensures that conflicts are tackled with the necessary expertise and resources. Clearly defined escalation procedures clarify the responsibilities of each stakeholder in the conflict resolution process. Employees know whom to approach when they encounter challenges beyond their authority or expertise. This clarity fosters accountability and empowers employees to take proactive steps to address conflicts within their scope while escalating issues when necessary. Now, here are the steps involved in escalating issues. Internal resolution attempts. Initially, conflicts should be addressed at the lowest possible level. Encourage employees to attempt to resolve conflicts directly with the parties involved or with the assistance of their immediate supervisors. Many conflicts can be effectively resolved through open communication and mutual understanding. If a conflict persists despite internal resolution attempts, it should be escalated to the relevant departmental management. This may involve notifying department heads or supervisor about the unresolved issue or seeking their intervention. Departmental managers can provide additional guidance and resources to address this conflict effectively. If the conflict remains unresolved at the department level, it may be necessary to escalate it to higher levels of management within the organization. This could involve escalating the issue to executive management or the HR department, depending on the nature or severity of the conflict. Higher management can offer a broader perspective and allocate additional resources if needed to facilitate resolution. In some cases, conflicts may be escalated to a point where internal resolution attempts prove ineffective. In such situations, organizations may opt for external mediation or arbitration services. Mediators or arbitrators can facilitate constructive dialogue between conflicting parties and help reach a mutually acceptable resolution. This step demonstrates a commitment to fair and impartial conflict resolution. In conclusion, clear escalation procedures are essential for effective conflict resolution within organizations. By providing a structured framework for addressing conflicts, these procedures ensure timely resolution, maintain relationships, facilitate resource allocation, and clarify responsibilities. By outlining the steps involved in escalating issues, organizations can streamline the conflict resolution process and foster a culture of open communication and collaboration. Unlike the previous webinars where we typically provide 3 key takeaways, this time let me walk you through some more practical tips and takeaways for conflict resolution in supplier relationship management. Firstly, establish clear communication channels with your suppliers right from the beginning. Clearly outlining expectations, responsibilities, and escalation procedures in contracts and agreements can mitigate misunderstandings and conflicts. Secondly, documentation is key. Keep detailed records of all communications, agreements, and transactions with suppliers. This comprehensive paper trail can serve as evidence and provide clarity on contractual obligations, aiding in swift conflict resolution. Next, conduct regular performance reviews of suppliers to identify any emerging issues or areas for improvement. Addressing concerns promptly can prevent conflicts from escalating and foster a proactive approach to problem solving. Empower your employees to handle conflicts at the earliest stage possible. Provide training and resources to equip them with the skills and confidence needed for effective dispute resolution. Strive for win-win solutions that prioritize the interests of both parties involved in the conflict. Collaborative problem solving can strengthen relationships with suppliers and enhance long-term cooperation. Consider utilizing external mediation services to facilitate dialogue and negotiation in complex and entrenched conflicts. Mediators can provide impartial guidance and help parties find common ground for resolution. Treat conflicts as learning opportunities to identify areas for improvement in your SRM processes. Implement feedback mechanisms and review procedures regularly to refine and enhance conflict resolution strategies over time. Lastly, invest in building positive relationships with your suppliers based on trust, respect, and collaboration. A strong rapport can mitigate conflicts and foster a supportive environment for resolving issues amicably. By implementing these practical tips and key takeaways, you can enhance your conflict resolution capabilities in SRM, leading to smoother operations, stronger supplier relationships, and improved business outcomes. Check out our Supplier Relationship Management course. It's an easy way to learn how to enhance your supplier management skills. Just enroll, and when you finish, you'll receive a certificate. The course is completely online and lets you learn at your own speed. We'll guide you with essential SRM principles, blending theoretical insights and practical applications. Plus, we also have extra reading materials and extra content for you. Here's a quick overview of the main study objectives of the Supplier Relationship Management course. First, you will learn about the basics of SRM and how you define supplier relationship management. Then, you'll also learn about soft skills like communication, persuasion, and negotiation. Thirdly, you will learn about SRM in practice, including evaluating and improving supplier relationships. And lastly, you will learn how to craft and implement a good SRM strategy. And also, you will learn about how to set SRM goals. If you have any inquiries about course or any other courses, feel free to reach out to me at Filipe@procurementtactics.com. If you are also looking to upskill your procurement team, you have came to the right place. At Procurement Tactics, along with our online courses, we also do workshops and bootcamps. Visit our website at procurementtactics.com to find out all information. Now on to the Q&A session. This is your chance to dive deeper into the topic we have discussed today and get the answers to those questions on your mind. Let us know here on the comment section and we'll be answering them right now. Thank you all for your attention. It was a pleasure and I look forward to seeing you again at our next webinar next week. Have a great day.